Welcome back to the From the Mud Collective podcast. This is a special edition of the show called the Collective Panel. Today we got some good stuff for y'all. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to comment, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so we can stay tuned in the algorithm. So today we got some good stuff for y'all. So what's up, everybody?
What's up?
What's
What's
good
up?
though?
What's up?
What's going on?
Happy to see everybody, man.
Happy to see y'all. Happy to see y'all. We back. Happy Sunday, everybody.
What's up? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, man. Everybody looking good. You know what I mean? My nigga G got the Lokes on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, my nigga TMQ, Mo Audio, Miss Petty P, the legends. But hell yeah, man. So we just been shooting the shit, you know what I'm saying? Is the collective panel. We just give our opinions about real life shit, grown shit. You know what I mean? We talk about things that everybody else is scared to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So drop your comments, feel free to do that. All feedback is welcome, good or bad. We do not care.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Unless it gets
For real.
disrespectful.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So I want to ask the gentleman first. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ask misunderstood first. I'm
All
gonna
right.
ask you first. So what's your what is your take on submissive women?
Um, I feel like with submissive women, I feel like every woman is capable of being submissive, but that may not be their quality, or that may not be their best quality. And I feel like, kind of like on some Adam and Eve type of scenario, like men and women kind of go hand in hand. So it might take an alpha male to make a woman be submissive. Like you got to play your part just as much as she play hers. Like if she don't respect you, nigga, she ain't gonna be submissive to you at all.
Mhm.
True.
Sorry, I ain't mean to say the N word, but just you know what I mean though. Like that's kind of my take on it. Like, and for the women who aren't naturally submissive, because whether it be they're independent, whether it be they're just a dominant personality, they're a go getter, they're not dependent on men. So it's like naturally a woman like a alpha female, they're not gonna be submissive. Like, why do I gotta submit to you? Like, show me why I should be submissive. Like you got some women that are like that, but then you got women who are just traditionally submissive. Like whether you a dog or you the best model citizen, they gonna submit to you regardless. But I mean, I feel like it kind of depends on the individual.
Okay. So let me ask this. Okay. So well, first of all, let me get TMQ. What you think about that?
Me personally, I think nowadays, I don't think there's a woman that's capable of being submissive. And the reason why is because now you have more women that are independent, due to the circumstances that's going on with the society. So they, even though they're capable, in retrospect, we would like to think that they're capable of being submissive. But if you have a woman that's been doing X, Y, and Z by herself for a long period of time, I don't think that she can get into a relationship and then be submissive to her man because she feels like, okay, well, you do it. Well, guess what? I've been doing this by myself for a cool minute. You know what I'm saying? So I already have my own structure, already have my own mindset to what works for me. Now, if you would like to contribute, that's a different story. But don't try to come up in my household and think you run things or think you can control me, especially since I've been holding it down by myself for so long. They gain that independence. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women nowadays, they've garnered and they solidified themselves within independence. You know what I'm saying? Wait, what?
I'm sorry. I'm just looking at.
what, what
I'm looking
happened?
at P.
What happened? What
I'm just
happened?
over here looking at P. Man, I'm trying to laugh, but go ahead.
So, so me, my opinion, that's what I believe. Because again, we move from the traditional aspect. You know what I'm saying? Where the woman, she can actually depend on her husband or her boyfriend, and she just takes care of the household. We don't have traditional household set up no more. Now women have to depend and fend for themselves. You know what I'm saying? In most situations or circumstances, you know what I'm saying. They don't have that man to where he can actually take lead unless he or she gets with somebody that's lower quality. You feel me? To where she can't actually where he can't actually lead or support. Therefore, even though she's still in a relationship, she ain't gonna be submissive to him because she's taking care of him. She's still taking care of business. You know what I'm saying? Basically, what I'm trying to say in a nutshell, I guess it just depends on the circumstance.
Okay, so you don't feel like submissive women exist anymore. Is what you're saying?
No, unless it me personally, unless it got to do with money and status. Now, that's just me.
You mean like hypergamy?
What my audio said.
Okay. All right. Well, I was just curious as far as your status and everything. Um,
I see you
yeah,
misunderstood. I
but
see
not to
you.
interrupt.
What you think?
Okay.
What's your take on it?
Uh, kind of all over the place, honestly. For me, I feel like, for one, I feel like the term is misunderstood, misconstrued, flipped. I think you can be submissive, but it doesn't necessarily mean does it doesn't necessarily have to mean anything negative. It doesn't have to mean that you're stripped of your voice, your independence. A woman can be independent and submissive at the same time. Respectfully, I disagree. Well, I'll say this: the whole that's funny. The whole there aren't any. I see you out there, Pete. I feel like there are submissive women out there. I'll say maybe it's not as common as it used to be, given the change in times and everything else. But yeah, I feel like a woman can be independent and submissive at the same time. And as far as submission is concerned, I mean, like I said, it's kind of all over the place. I have a lot to say, but I will say it's more so in terms of like cooperation, and cooperation means two, not just one. So I feel like the term being, or the whole concept of being submissive, I just feel like it's kind of, I feel like it's seen more in a negative light. I think it kind of goes left field per se, for lack of a better word. You know what I mean? I just feel like, um, everyone has their own definition of being submissive.
Mhm.
Some people just might think, you know what I mean? So anyway, I just feel like women can be submissive and independent at the same time, and it doesn't necessarily mean you're not being you. It doesn't, like, what is the negativity concept? Like, do what I say. You know what I mean? Really just, I mean, do what I say. Cook, clean. You ain't got to work. Just sit your ass down. Type shit. Like like she's essentially a I don't want to say I will say an item again, for lack of a better word, but yeah, I just, my take on it, women can be submissive, and back to what I misunderstood said, yeah, if you carry yourself a certain way, I feel like submission is a form of respect. So if you carry yourself in such a light, yeah, don't expect your lady to be cooperating. Let's just call it that. I call it cooperation. Why does it have to be submission? Submission is tap out. There's so many. Submission is a, it can be a strong word. I say call it cooperation, and that takes two. So I'll just leave it at that. I feel like I'm getting kind of long winded, but I'll leave it at that.
Let me have it, P. Let me have it, P.
I'm crying. Okay, so you know, um,
And a
I
man, oh,
really.
sorry, so sorry.
Oh.
And a man can be submissive too. Let me throw that out there. It's not just one sided. Let me throw that out there. Anyway, go ahead.
But no, I really truly believe that this whole submissive thing um is a, how can I say it? It is a, I guess, like a somebody's personal thought, or what they think, you feel me, a woman, or yeah, because it's used so many times towards a woman should be, you feel me, because I really believe that a lot of men today think that a submissive woman is someone that, yes, cooks, clean, you feel me, like, back in those times where um you know grandma took care of home, you feel me, took care of the kids while he go out, he provide for home, you know what I'm saying. It's like, so I think it's like everybody has their own thing, own feeling, I guess, own thought own idea of what they think a submissive woman is. And I hate to use that word submissive because I feel like submissive goes both ways. You feel me? You have to both, and I don't want to say create because you have some women and some men who will hear that word create and think of it as a negative thing instead of seeing it as like, you know, if I create a safe space for you as your woman, you feel me? You could be vulnerable with me. You feel me? You could let down your hair. You could, tell me tell me your goals, your dreams. I support you. I do this. You feel me? Why you shouldn't feel as a man, you could be submissive to me. And if as you as a man create that same space for me, you feel me? I could be submissive as to you too. You feel me? It goes hand in hand. You feel me? It's not just and it's not just a thing for women because you hear submissive so many times and it's used towards women and it's like no, submissive is a thing that both of you guys could be to each other. And just because a woman is independent, hey, hello, how you doing? You can feel me. I could be submissive. I could be a submissive woman. You feel me? If a man, if I can create this space for you to be submissive towards me, and you create this same space for me to be submissive towards you, then you feel me? It shouldn't be a submissive thing. This is what we're doing. You feel me? This is what we're in. You feel me? This is what we're doing together. So that's my whole take on submission. I was hearing TMQ say this whole thing about independent women and independent women can't be submissive and I really feel like a lot of things that you said it sounds like intimidation on some real. I'm just being real 100. You feel me? Well, because it takes a real man to come in, just like for a man. You feel me? It's not just for a woman. It's for a man. It takes a real woman or a real man to come in and to show you. You feel me? I could put down these walls, my independent wall or my whatever trustworthy wall, and let you in and let you take on the lead as a man or let me take on that lead as a woman to create this space for you so we could be submissive towards each other. You feel me? Just because a woman is independent doesn't mean she cannot be a submissive woman. You have to create a space for her to be submissive to you. Just like she has to create a space for you to be submissive as a man. You feel what I'm saying? So that was my whole take on that thing right there. So yeah.
So I feel that, but I feel like it's like I feel like that could be tricky. I don't I have to disagree with TMQ when he said that submissive women don't exist. Submissive women do exist, but they
They
have to
do.
trust how you're leading them. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They have to trust how you're leading the situation. Now, but I will say, in the men's defense, okay, first of all, let's back it up. So you got, I feel like there's certain men that they expect like, oh, I need a girl that's gonna listen, and I
That's what they
think
think a
that,
submissive woman is.
you feel me? I need a girl that's
Do
gonna
what
listen.
I say.
And then I feel like there's men that abuse that authority that they have.
Yeah, for
You
real.
know what I'm saying? So it abuses, they abuse the authority, and then um, a woman automatically is always on the defense, like who
Hmm.
you're talking to or whatever, because you're not leading them properly to make them comfortable enough to submit. Are they submitting to your bullshit? Are they submitting to where they're comfortable enough to where they trust how you're leading the
Hmm.
situation, the relationship, the
Hmm.
friends or benefits, whatever the situation is, they have to feel comfortable enough to submit. And I will also say that they're alpha women do submit. You know what I'm saying? You can have an alpha woman and you can have an alpha man, and the alpha woman will submit to her king
Hmm.
if you know how to lead the situation.
Hmm.
Alpha woman knows how to go sit her ass down and let you
Hmm.
play your position.
Hmm.
And also the man needs to know, like, okay, let me go sit my ass down and let you play your position. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it kind of like works both ways. You feel me? Like, also a man has to feel comfortable with the woman leading, like, okay, I know you're gonna take care of this, and I know, I don't gotta worry about it. This is the position that you play. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Yeah.
gonna submit and I'm gonna go sit my ass down while you go do this. I'm not, I mean, you have men that they try to, they want to do everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of women out here that's on the defense because these men that expect a woman to listen, they make their woman feel like they don't have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the defense and they're always pleading their case and they're always it's always a disagreement or it's always an argument. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But I feel like there's like a lack of communication there. You know, so I do feel like submissive women do still exist, and I do feel like being submissive goes both ways, man, woman, whatever. It's just you know, you have to have some type of compromise, and you know what I mean.
Right, right.
You got to have a system in your relationship.
Right. Like, don't, like, not to cut you off, Kale, but like, take, you feel me? I'm an independent woman. I feel like I'm an alpha woman. You feel me? I would love to sit my ass down and let a nigga lead. You feel me? But you have to, like KO said, you have to allow me to trust you to lead. I'm not gonna allow you to lead me into some bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? And you don't know what you're doing. So, and if I see that, then yes, I'm gonna step up and where you should step up at and lead my pack. You feel what I'm saying? So if I can't trust a person to lead me and to lead me in a direction that I feel like, okay, you know what, I could sit down, I could sit back and play my part as a woman, be in my soft area, and let you do your thing as a man. You feel me? Then you, because you leading the pack. But if you can't, if she can't trust you to lead the pack, then yeah, I'm not gonna submit to you at all.
Facts.
Why? Why even waste my time? You feel what I'm saying? Just like a man shouldn't waste his time with a woman who can't lead him in the right direction. You feel me? So yeah.
I feel that.
What
Okay.
was that? Fantasia, yeah, you the head, but I'm your neck. That was Fantasia,
Yeah.
right?
I really
Yeah,
I really truly believe in that thing. You feel me? The head cannot move without the neck. Y'all
yeah,
have to
yeah,
work together. You have to work together. And
yeah,
if y'all can't work together, it's not the it's not gonna never be right. You're
That's
not gonna never have a relationship ship to where y'all can be submitted together. You feel me?
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask this question then. Let me ask this question. Then why does it become a trend within recent years that women or independent women stay that or state I can take care of myself. I don't need no man.
Because
The
if I've been dealing
rebelliousness.
if I've been in situations and it's only come from their own personal, I guess, situations. That's really what that is. If you've been in a situation after situation after situation to where you've been dealing with a person that you feel me you can't trust to lead you, then yeah, I'll take care of myself. I don't, it's
Yeah.
not, and I have that I don't need no man attitude because, like I said, I would love to be in a submissive situation. You feel me? I would love to sit my ass down, sit back, and let a nigga lead. You feel me? But you have those women who's just it's all from hurt. I don't need no man. I don't need that's hurt. You feel me? Because if they actually found the right person to lead them in the right direction, all that would go away. But you have to be the person to bring that out of them.
Okay, then let me ask this then. Let me ask this. Do you think submit being submissive is pretty much transactional, right? So if a man come into your life, is it necessarily transactional? And what I mean by that is if he's able to provide. Now, if he's in his building stages, can you still be how long does it take for you to either be submissive or stop being submissive to a man that's in his building state? Because a bit in a building phase, it's not necessarily going to take a couple weeks or a couple months. Hell, it could take a couple years. You know what I'm
Why would
saying?
it take a
So,
couple of years?
well, depending on the vision, depending on the vision, you know what I'm
So
saying?
okay, in between that vision and in between that time, what are you doing?
Okay,
But no, I'm just being real. Like I'm
okay.
just being real. Like in between that time, like and you getting your vision together, what are you doing?
He's working. He's working
Okay.
on his.
Okay.
He's working. He's working on his vision and his purpose. Now,
Okay.
let's
Hold
let's.
on, back up, because you just didn't answer the question. I still hear you working on
Okay,
vision. Okay.
okay,
I
okay.
understand you
So,
working on vision. Okay. In between
okay,
that time of you working on vision, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing to get to your vision? Basically, like, what are you doing to get to your vision?
okay. Say say that he popped up into your life, he's trying to start a company. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So therefore, he's networking, he's trying to
Mm-hmm.
gain funding, he's trying to
Right.
get his licenses and everything all up in order. That's his vision. He wants to start a company. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't see instant gratification, because we're being realistic, if you don't see instant gratification, is he giving you a time date? Okay, I can make this happen in a year. You know what? Some shit fucked up. You know, this didn't go through, didn't go through. Does that then change your mindset of how you want to engage with your partner or individual, because you're not seeing the instant gratification? You're seeing the hustle, but can you actually stay submissive or start dwindling down your submissionness because you don't see that type of result coming from him the way you want it to? Because let's be honest, we all do have a certain type of time frame on how much we can actually take.
Right.
So how long does a person remain submissive if they're not getting anything in return? Because he's still providing, he's working, but he wants to go for broke. You know what I'm saying? So how long does submission last when it comes to something transactional? You do X, Y, and Z, I'll be submissive. Because let's be honest, can we actually sit up there and say we can meet any female or man and they right off the bat be submissive, even if you give them a comfortable space? Because there's going to come a time where that starts dwindling or it starts rising. But it depends on what type of relationship you guys are in, and it depends on with what benefits. You know what I'm saying? Does it
Mm-hmm.
benefit me? Do it benefit you? So how long can you actually stay submissive until you just don't want to be submissive no more? Could be a good dude, by the way. He ain't got to be a piece of shit. He could be a
I'm
good dude.
fine. Honestly, honestly, that depends on the person that you're messing with. Honestly, because me being a person who has a business, I know what it takes to go into a business and build that business up. You know what I'm saying? And especially when you have a dream and a vision and you know what you want and you see that, you know what I'm saying? Um, I feel like during those times, because a lot of people can't understand what it is that you're envisioning, what it is that you're trying to do. You feel me? They say they're gonna be there, and it all that is just honeymoon talk, because it's like, oh yeah, it sounds good, is until they really in it, to be in it, and it's like, oh okay, well shit, like, oh yeah, you really doing this. Like for me, I would say, during those times, be by yourself. Real talk, be by yourself because it really depends on the person on who you dealing with. You have some people who can see that same vision with you and grind it out, but it depends on that person that you're dealing with, um then too, when you're dealing with somebody, like going in dealing with somebody, you feel me, you don't never just like automatically just like, oh, I'm gonna be submissive to this person. Like hell no, like you don't just, that's first of all, that's weird. you know
Submissive.
yeah, that's weird, because like you don't know this person. This you don't know. Y'all haven't ironed out kinks and stuff like that. You got to really get to know a person and to really like be around a person to really get that feeling, to be like, okay, this is somebody I could submit to. But that's something, I feel like that's something that takes time to build, to be submissive to a person. And then, like you say, you dealing with somebody and they, you got a vision and how long that a person will stay with you. That, like I said, that depends on the person that you're dealing with. You know,
But I, I,
for
I also feel like that depends on the man too,
yeah.
because you know, you might have a woman that's patient, like, okay, go out there, baby, go do your shit, and then the man is like out here goofing around and he's not making any progress and he's not
Mm-hmm.
working. She's not seeing him put any effort towards what
Mm-hmm.
he's trying to build. You know what I mean? You might have this man like, okay, baby, when you get your tax, she might hand over her whole tax check. He like, okay, I'm gonna go flip it and I'm gonna double it back and bring it back, and you come back broke. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I also think that it depends on the man. Like, do she see you out there hustling? Do she see you out there grinding? Do she see you getting up every day working towards your vision? You know what I'm saying? So I
Into
also
your
feel
vision, yeah.
like it depends on the man too.
Yeah.
So and it's all about again, like leading. Like, okay, if she know, like, okay, you know, um, can she trust you? Can she trust what you're saying? You know what I'm saying? So it could take 1 month, it could take 10 years, but she has to believe in you because she see you getting up trying, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you know, and running a business is like you're gonna fail more times than you try. You know, I mean, you're gonna fail more times than you win, but it's like if you try more times than you fail, you know what I'm saying? And you feel me? That's kind of like, okay, well, at least a nigga getting up trying and shit. So, you know, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of women, you know, well, some women, you know, they scream like the whole independent woman because like traditionally a man is supposed to take care of everything, you know, and a lot of women sit down and they depend on a man to take care of everything. And a lot of men sit down and they hold
Mhm.
their money over a woman's head. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, I gotta ask you for this and I gotta ask you for that, and you telling me no, and you know it's like okay, a woman, you know, she has an idea of how she wants her life to go too, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then you know a lot of men are stingy with their money because a lot of bitches be out here begging.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, let me get $40 or let me do this
Or
hair.
chicken stuff.
You feel me?
All
So
right.
you know,
You can just send me $15.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Man,
a
to
bitch,
send to the other nigga.
you
Are they
know,
Then you had to send you a
are
clip of
women
the
are
empty.
not
Hey,
doing what they say they supposed to be doing with the money, you feel me, tricking off with the money and shit like that, doing other shit. So
right?
you know that's one thing too. So I can understand that part of a man being stingy with women, because you have bitches out here that you know that will do stuff like that. I'm like I'll take you to the place, you feel me, go, put it
Yeah,
on this, you feel me, yes,
yeah.
you know.
You know, bitches be out here begging
no,
for money.
Yeah, no, for real. If you gonna
right?
offer me some shit, no, don't put the money in my hand. Let me take you to, and you can go pay for it right here. Yes, right,
Right.
this one. Thank you.
You know what I
Mm,
mean?
smart.
Like,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like real
Yeah.
shit.
that's it.
Like right off the back, if you meet a female and you gotta bribe her with money,
Yeah.
that's not the female for you. You know what I'm
At
saying?
Yeah,
all.
real shit.
Like real shit.
Get
That's
you
not
a
the
female
female.
that's going.
That's not the female that you want to sit down and settle down with. That's not the female that you need to depend on to sit down and be patient while you build the dream. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's gonna be a
Exactly.
downfall, homie. It's gonna be a downfall.
On me.
Yeah.